Greetings, gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, Starfarers, and welcome to another episode of Starfield. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and in this episode I think we're going to head on over to the Strauss-Eckland facility and help them design some new ships. The reason why I want to do this is because well, I kind of want to get our ship into its final state, if possible, soon. And... whoa, what is this? If we ignore.
Acknowledged. Fly safe.
Interesting. All right. So I've got a bit of a cough here from being on a boiling planet, apparently. All right. Let's head on over to Strauss-Eckland. Hopefully the cough will subside. So Strauss-Eckland, I believe, is Narian. Yes. In fact, it is the star yard that I was wondering about. Sure, set course. Jump. Whoa, look at that. Oh, it's just... wait, it was the rings of the other planet. Interesting. So take a look at this. I mean, we should visit the moon. Do we want to do that before or after? Let's do it before. Then designing the ship can be sort of a reward. So the cesium, actually the chlorosilanes is probably going to be the more difficult thing. Just because it's usually a liquid.
Why is it that my nose seems to itch only when I cannot remove my helmet to scratch it?
Oh, you can remove your helmet. It just wouldn't be very helpful. Alright, surface features. Oh, there's one. Nope, that's not a good one. Well, maybe we'll just hop back in the ship, try again. Star map. Go a little bit to the west. A little place where there's a little bit more sun. Seriously? Okay, let's try it again. Stupid game. Come on. Stop being a bitch. Oh, come on, guys. A place with notable surface features should not be this barren of surface features. Let's try in the south. What the hell, guys? Okay, I have to assume that there are no surface features, despite the fact that it's telling me that there are some. Okay, frozen plains. Is there anything else? Is there any other biome? Maybe there's a surface feature that only shows up in a particular biome? Oh, it's all frozen plains. I don't know, try here. Yep, that's not one of them. There's a usable one. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, there are a couple usable ones this time. Or at least I think that they're usable. If my translation of these icons is correct, they are usable. Let's get the auto run going here. Oh, what is this little place? Credits. Heal gel. Sounds good. Okay, go. 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 There we go. You can run out of oxygen at least once before we get there. Should probably avoid jumping if I want to do that. This game is grindtastic. Jeez. Where it's like, oh yeah, jumping will make stuff easier, so we're not going to do that. Don't do that so that you can level up your whatever you call it, stamina now. Endurance? Something like that. Crystalline nucleation nodule. We have seen this before. But yeah, this bad guy is all scanned now, so let's get out of here. Get to that Stroud Eklund Star Yard. What? The Star Yard. Stupid thing.
You've arrived. Stroud Eklund Star Yard is here to serve you. Unknown vessel, welcome to Stroud Eklund. You are cleared to board.
Sweet. Find jewels.
I'm Walter Stroud, and on behalf of Stroud Eklund, welcome.
Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
Creating revolutionary new starships at prices that are out of this world. You seem impressed. It's time you try a Stroud Eklund.
Wow.
I'm proud to be part of the Stroud Eklund team.
Alright.
Havershaw's in the showroom if you're ready to buy. We have a state-of-the-art R&D department here. Hope you have a good stay.
That advertising pitch does not bode well. Customer first policy. Walter Stroud, CEO. About our company first, or customer first policy. I keep fielding questions about some of the new processes, and I understand that change is frightening. But the idea is to remove all the pain points with buying a new ship. Yes, we will open ourselves up to higher rates of fraud and contract defaults, but that's okay. If you go to any of other Star Yards, it takes hours for our major clients to walk away with a signed contract. Sometimes it takes days. It's painful. It's antagonistic, and it's outdated. Every aspect of Stroud Eklund Star Yards has to be customer first. If we live and breathe by that code, any losses we accrue will be made up by word-of-mouth business and happy, loyal customers. So every decision you make, ask yourself, have I made the customers' lives better? If the answer is no, then go back to the drawing board. We are reinventing the business of Star Yards, and I am proud to be on this journey with all of you. It's good to, for once, see like a protagonistic corporation in a Bethesda game, because it's so rare.
It must have cost a fortune to build this place so fast.
Everything's so new here.
Jeez, that is a serious gun.
You have a good day.
I can't decide which model to get.
Seriously? That's a little different than I think we were all expecting, but a really good point.
I also worry that we'll do this.
Hey, back up. Nev's got a point. It's something we could easily build. And I'm sure the number crunch will make it turn a tiny profit.
Thank you.
But I do think a solid, no-frills ship with a large cargo capacity would be even more practical and doable, given our time frame.
Look, everyone, we need to come together if we're to succeed. Let's change direction and do a little thought exercise. Okay, fine. Maybe we should all just go back and develop our ideas some more before Walter's consultant, friend, whatever they are, gets here. The decision's apparently out of our hands anyway.
Not much going on.
This place is something else.
Alright, let's get in there. Actually, you know what? I want to look around first. I like sort of eavesdropping in on their process. That's kind of fun. I do wish I could put the voices to faces more. Like, I wish I could have, or I wish that I knew that I could sort of poke my head in there a little bit before I actually did. I'm going to save really quick here, because I'm a little bit concerned that whatever choices we make here are going to be permanent, and I might make the wrong
Welcome to
ones.
Stroud Eklund.
What's this? Sales computer. Stroud Eklund delivery contracts. Stroud Eklund is only able to craft these amazing ships with dedicated support network of traders and miners. Although by law we cannot offer more than the standard trade authority compensation, why not work with a company that cares? Contract our award-winning salesman Havershaw for further details. Profit and satisfaction awaits.
Nice to see you again. How can I help?
You've never seen me before in my life. Or in yours.
Deimos or a Stroud Eklund? I can't believe Stroud pulled this off.
I came out of curiosity, but some of his specs, impressive.
Let me know if you have any problems. You have a good day.
I have a feeling that this is considered not, like, the best ship class. Like, even our ship, the Frontier, I believe it was Nova Galactic, not Stroud Eklund, which is weird considering that Stroud is the patron of Constellation. Alright, let's talk to Havershaw.
I think you'll find we have some tempting options for you. A pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the premier star yard in the settled systems. We may be new, but I think you'll see why everyone's talking about us.
What's different about Stroud Eklund ships?
The other star yards have been in business so long that they're set in their ways. Take Deimos. They've been making spaceships since my grandfather's grandfather's days. So we looked at every facet of these elderly corporations for opportunities to revolutionize and innovate. If you don't believe me, see for yourself.
Your star yard looks very impressive.
Thank you. So, what sort of ship are you looking for?
Are the ships here really better than other star yards?
In my opinion, yes. Trident and Tayo both value style over substance in their own way. Deimos is positively ancient, very set in their ways. And Hope Tech? Well, you don't look like you want a space barge.
Let's see your ships.
Let's get you a new ship.
I want to see what the style looks like. That looks like a freaking space barge. That is not very attractive. Privateer too. Huh? You planning to sell to pirates? I gotta say, these are not very attractive ships. Jeez. Very boxy. I like the stripe. It's kind of okay. All right. If we did any of them, we'd modify our own ship.
in the showroom if you're ready to buy.
But let's see if we can change the specs of these ships.
Hi there.
Hi, Jules Degante.
Hello.
So you're the project lead. What does that mean?
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
Have you been leading the R&D team for long?
It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management. I'm actually kind of surprised they hired me, but I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
I'm here to speak to you about this new ship project.
You must be Walter's colleague.
Yes.
He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job.
Wow. That's a little bit demeaning. I'll be honest, I have no idea why Walter trusts me to do this. Whatever. Let's get this over with. Drop the passive aggression, or Walter will find out. Yes. I'm going to give it my best shot, or starship design. Actually, I have plenty of experience designing starships. I'm going to just shove this right in your face.
Oh, I just assumed.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really sorry.
Boom!
I should trust Walter knew what he was doing. My bad.
Even so, we have plenty of designers.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues. Have at it.
What's so hard about choosing what kind of ship to build? Can you tell me a little bit about the team? Or stand back and maybe I'll teach you a thing or two. Oof. I think I understand. I'm ready. Starship design. I'm familiar with the process. Let's get to it. Questions first. Tell me a little bit about the team.
Sure. I'm Jules, R&D project lead. was the one making all the big decisions. I suppose I just coordinate now.
You've been
You already
demoted.
heard from Frank. He's lead designer on the project, focused on the look and feel of the ships. There's Ella, another senior designer. She focuses on some of the more technical designs of ships. Went to school with Frank. Mike is our senior engineer, responsible for consulting on all the technical bits, the machinery, the computer systems, etc. And then there's Nev. She's here for marketing. It's her job to weigh in and sell this thing to consumers.
Oh, what's hard about choosing what kind of ship to build?
There are a lot of factors to consider. Who is our market and what do they want in a ship? Which components are we putting into it? How fast should it go? How much cargo capacity should it have? What color should it be? We need to decide every little detail.
Alright, we'll do starship design again. I'm familiar with the process. Let's get to it.
Ah, right, so you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then, shall we? We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money. So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with?
What's wrong with the kitchen sink budget? Wouldn't everyone get what they want? What kind of budget cuts would we have to make for the sensible design budget? Why can't you use the original budget you were given? Well, we'll start with that.
I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you.
What kind of cuts would we have to make for the sensible design budget?
It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
What's wrong with the kitchen sink budget? Wouldn't everyone get what they want?
While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical. And the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs. And would something that expensive actually sell?
I think that a more limited, focused design is better. So we'll go with the sensible budget proposal.
That sounds good to me, but remember, this ship will have fewer bells and whistles. We're not going to be able to include everything we want. Frank's luxury design has the most expensive components, and we've been having trouble convincing him to move away from that idea so we can stay within the budget. We need his help. Do you think you can get him to budge?
I am right here, you know?
Actually, I think we... Wait. I need to think about this some more, or why do I have to convince you? Isn't Jules the project leader? Oof, that's rough, but we'll say it.
Yes, but I am the lead designer on the project. All design proposals need to go through me. How can I be expected to approve something I fundamentally disagree with?
Alright, yes, now, let's talk about what we can cut from your design, Frank.
I already gave my answer to Jules. We cut nothing.
Oh boy. I'm sure if you're able to accomplish your goal with a lower budget, the board will take notice.
Are you kidding? They'll just learn I can do with less and continue to give me less. I'll never be happy.
I can't imagine you'd let the project fail just to satisfy your ego.
What? I never thought of it that way. Maybe I am letting my ego get the best of me.
You seem reasonable. Let's just think about this a little bit more.
I've thought about this as much as I care to.
Oh, we actually
No,
failed.
sorry. This is my vision, and I won't have it compromised by silly budget concerns. We need that bigger budget, or else why are we doing this at all?
That's what I was worried about. See what I'm dealing with here?
We've never failed
I'm
a persuasion
still not convinced
before.
we should go to the board asking for a ridiculous new budget. So how do you want to proceed? Oh, and I seem to have lost your attention. Nice.
Yeah. Wow. I don't really know what to do here.
Let me know if you have any problems.
Should we just load?
These ships are nice, but compared to a Trident? Aw.
I guess we just load. 'Cause, yeah. Because I don't want us making some horrible monstrosity for Stroud. He's trusting us to do this. The fact that we failed to persuade...
If I were Tayo, I'd be very concerned about the new Stroud-Eklund models.
Everything's so new here.
The fact that we failed to persuade... It shouldn't be like an all or nothing. Like, you failed to persuade, now you have to go with the other option. It's like... Well, if he's going to be a stickler, we could just fire him. You know what? I want to make sure that... Okay. Trademark Blues. Okay, that's still there.
We're all super glad you're here, right,
Can we
everyone?
really afford a new ship?
Well,
There are
we
repairs
are.
on our old ship just
You were going to try to convince me to go for the larger budget, right?
all our profits are just
No.
going to keep it flying.
If there is, I'd love to hear it.
She's been with us for ages.
We got a business to run. No time for sentiment.
Well, I do like the ships we're looking at.
What?
Oh, and I seem to have
Yeah,
lost your
shut up.
attention.
Okay. Well, I was right to make this other save.
Havershaw can help you if you need anything.
This is extremely annoying. So we'll have to skip through this, and I guess we have to persuade this guy.
Hello. Hi there. It might surprise you to hear that I recently graduated. I'm actually kind... It means I'm not the one calling... You must be Walter's colleague. He informed me that... But that's okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Even so, we have...
as you probably know, but we have budget concerns. Sure. You already... There's Ella, And Mike is our senior engineer. And then there's Ned. There are a lot of... Which components are we putting? What color should it... Ah, right. So we were charged with... So we have 2 new... The other will allow us... While it's true we'd be able... I worry that without constraint, who knows what kind of... It's more that we can all... In other words...
See, what doesn't make sense here is that if we are actually the bosses here, why
I've
are
already
we...
rejected that.
Why are we bending to the will of our subordinates?
That sounds good to me, but Frank's luxury design. We need his help.
I am right here. Yes, but I am the... I already gave my answer.
This sucks. So if we only have 3 turns... See, the problem is... Yeah, it gives us no wiggle room. Let's just do it.
The others can think I'm stubborn.
God. 4.
What?
You're a bright guy. Are you sure I can't convince you?
Okay, okay, I'm thinking. Fine. I see what you're saying. Perhaps we tone down the luxury aspects a bit. Does it really need so much gold trim? Probably not.
For what it is worth, I believe that is the correct approach. Luxury should not be the goal here. Also, Frank annoys me.
Well, you annoy me, so...
Great! That's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
Why me? Aren't there better ways of gathering that data?
Well, Mr. Stroud believes you fit in our target demographic. We heard about some of your adventures, and we tend to agree that getting data from someone like you will be helpful. Frankly, most of our test pilots played a little too safe, and the scenarios we run don't push the limits as much as we can get away with legally. But luckily, we don't have those same concerns with you, because you're not technically employed by us, and Walter trusts you.
Sure, sounds good. Just tell me what I need to do.
Great! Just pick up a mission or 2 at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
All right. Yeah, let's talk to the team first. So you're the marketing lady. I think that it was in this order. No, it was this. Then you. I don't actually know. But let's start with Frank.
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism.
Could be.
Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me.
What do you think Walter sees in us?
My hope is that he sees the passion in our work. In truth, I know he values me, but he has yet to truly cut me loose from the corporate reins and let me do as I wish. But I understand Walter has given you much greater control of our project. Perhaps I can learn from you and convince him I'm ready for the same.
What can you tell me about yourself?
As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But I do not like to brag. Rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please.
10 years experience isn't as much as you seem to think it is. Or, I know you wish I wasn't here to give you feedback. So let's get this over with. Or Jules asked me to give some feedback on your ship design proposal. Let's hear it.
Ah, yes. At least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise.
He wants to make a Ferrari.
Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen.
Yeah.
This will be the most elite personal craft on the market.
How would we design a ship like that?
The ship should be mid-size, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying this ship and influencing others to buy as well.
What a great idea! That seems like a worthwhile goal. Or, you're onto something. But I think you need to define your pitch a little better. Or I've had better ideas come out of fever dreams. Walter does not seem like the kind of guy... He seems like he's very much, How would you put this? I don't think he's really interested in making cheap ships, but I think he's looking for that value curve, right? He doesn't want something ostentatious. He wants something that's going to be the best for the money. That's the impression I get.
Are we waiting for something in particular?
He's a very practical guy. This is just rude. So let's go for. I don't want to. Also, I also don't want to go for this. It's too much. It's too approval-y. Let's do something in the middle.
I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? And why do they crave such attention? Oh, thank you. I will think on this and improve on my proposal.
What was that about wanting to sell a ship to celebrities? Why is that important? Or what's going on, Frank? Why so defensive about your design?
Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is literally my job to design it. It is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before.
Why work here if you're so unhappy with the way things are?
Just because I do not like how corporate we have become doesn't mean I don't like getting paid. Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again, here we are. Today, sometime...
Alright, what's this about selling ships to celebrities? I mean, there aren't that many celebrities. If that's going to be your market, that's, you know, you're not going to sell many ships.
2 words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept?
Yes. Words, words, words. Give me the ship. Give me the short version. Or I'm not really sure what that is. Or yes, I think I can see what you're getting at. Well, I would like to say yes, but not necessarily that I think that I see what you're getting at, because we're trying to design a ship for mass appeal. Fine, I'll make him define it.
Of course. Rich celebrity like Borealis buys shiny ship to show off. Idiot consumer sees Borealis use our ship, and idiot consumer wants one too. I hope that's simple enough for you.
Alright.
Yeah. See you.
Hi. Need something?
Yes, I'm supposed to talk to you about your ship design proposal and give feedback. Or you seem a little on edge. Something wrong?
Oh, no. Well, it's just...
I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
You're probably right, but I need to hear all the proposals. That's rough. Nothing I've heard so far has blown me away, so it can't be any worse. I'm sure it's just as good as the other ones, if not better. I really like giving it this bottom one. That's kind of mean, but we're going to do it.
Wow, rude. But, okay, fine. Just maybe don't be an ass about it. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht. Something marketed more towards families. Something mom and dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right?
Oh, it sounds pretty good, actually. If there's already a big yacht, the Adonis that they talked about, then, you know, it might be a good idea to have a smaller version that's more practical for, you know, mid-range budget. Do you really think that kind of ship is in demand?
I used to go off-world camping with my family when I was a kid. The other families we met always complained their ships weren't quite adequate for family vacations. They never had enough room, and the kids would always fight. I've done some market research, and like, no ship manufacturer seems to be making ships for things like this. Which means even if the demand is low, we can fill this niche and still sell a lot.
I actually kind of like this. What would it take to design a ship like that?
I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A mid-sized ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales.
A recreational ship seems like a great idea. It's unique and fun. I'm going to say that. I think it's interesting.
Oh, really? Wow, I am... Thank you. I'm really glad I told you about it. Well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it.
Oh, you're the marketing one, huh? Do you like working here?
So far I do. But, just between you and me, I feel like I'm in a little over my head. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have.
So what's it like to do marketing for a ship manufacturer like this?
It's interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, features, cost, and all that. And you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous, and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe.
You mentioned you're new. What did you do before this?
Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship.
Chunks.
Ships are, like, totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired. Take care, okay?
It's a little bit of imposter syndrome. I don't know. Okay, so out of the two, I like her idea better so far.
That data from your ship is going to be critical to our design process, assuming you can handle the missions.
Rude. Okay, let's talk to Ella.
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor.
Rude.
Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but there's always next time. Regardless, I'm excited to help you out. Do you have any experience building spaceships?
Yep. I'm practically a professional at this point. I've done a little work on spaceships, Or I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm practically a professional at this point.
This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling your ability. Now,
I already don't like
I know
you.
You've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine?
Can you please tell me about yourself first?
I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products.
Please tell me what sort of ship you have in mind.
Of course. But first, let me ask you this. What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market?
Pirates. Commercial salvagers, explorers, personal passenger chauffeurs. I don't know. I don't actually live in this universe. I think Nova Galactic you know what? Let's go. I'm just gonna throw it back at her. I don't know. But I feel like you're going to tell me.
Well, you're not fun. My idea is a little less conventional. I believe we should invest in making a dedicated exploration ship, marketed toward citizen scientists. Sure, we and other manufacturers have lines of exploration ships, but none built with the average consumer in mind. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me.
Yeah, that seems very niche. There are only so many planets, lady. I realize that this galaxy is kind of enormous, but it's enormous for one player. It's not enormous for the entire human race. How would I design a ship like that?
I'd start with a small ship profile. It won't need much storage or passenger capacity. Then, of course, you would want an advanced grav drive to reach deep space and plenty of energy for extended flights. In order to keep costs down, it likely doesn't need expensive weapon systems or defensive measures. It won't need those where it's going. And of course, high-end scanners and other scientific equipment is a must.
Hard pass. Seems like a bunch of boring nerd stuff for nerds. Not a bad concept, but it seems like a very niche product.
Yeah, that's what Jules said too. But at least that gives me something to think about. Thanks. I'll refine the idea and propose it next time, I guess.
What do you think of the company?
Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project? It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great.
What does your job here entail?
Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use.
All right.
See you around, I guess.
And now it's time for Mike.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here.
Has that been a problem?
Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially. She's new at being a project lead and has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it.
Sounds like you've an issue with me. Or I'm glad to be of service then. Yeah, it does sound... I mean, it's coming off as a little rude. Let's go with it. It sounds like you've an issue with me.
Well, quite the opposite, actually. See, I don't care who makes the decision, so long as someone does it. And said proposal doesn't make me regret getting into engineering. You get me?
I thought this was the art
Speaking of
guy.
which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
Okay, I guess he's not the art guy. Sounds like this project is harder on the engineers. Why is that? Okay. First, what can you tell me about your role here?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk? I'm an engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
Sounds like this project is hard on engineers. Why is that?
Let me tell you. All the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers. Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around.
Sounds like a win for your team. Go on. Or wow, you're really selling it with this unenthusiastic pitch. I'm gonna go with that.
No, I'm just trying to set realistic goals. Sorry that ain't exciting to you.
Ooh,
so I'm thinking,
I don't like
there's
this
loads
guy.
of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it.
I mean, isn't Hope Tech's whole thing? Like, are those just like too big? Is that what's implied? Seems simple enough. Any other design considerations?
Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction, and the ship will practically sell itself.
Love it. You're on the right track with this idea. Maybe you can make your pitch a little more exciting. Or of all the proposals we've got, certainly one of them. Yeah, I don't think it's a good one.
Sure. Don't take the advice of someone who's been doing this since all these jokers were in nappies. Thanks, I guess.
What do you think of Stroud Eklund?
I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction, despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made.
So you're kind of like the lead engineer here?
Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. Though I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead. Too much management. Not enough tactile work. And yet here I am. Resigned to my fate on the R&D team.
You don't like being involved in research and development?
Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am. Hope we didn't scare you off, huh?
Yeah, so I think that her idea is actually the best.
Still, to go from literally nothing to ships
Welcome to Stroud Eklund.
Well, I guess our only options are to destroy Crimson Fleet. Alright. So, I think that we'll wrap it up here. I want to go in here and muck around with our ship. If I can find where Hawthorne went. That's his name, right? Hawthorne? Where'd he go? He was right here.
I'm proud to be a part of
Havershaw, that's his name. So,
Can we really afford a new ship?
Hope you have a good stay.
repairs on our old ship just keep piling up.
actually, let's
A
talk
pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the... We may be new.
I know, but she's...
The other Star Yards
Okay,
have been...
so we've gone through all
Deimos.
this before.
So we, if you don't believe me...
Well, I do like the
Thank you.
ships we're looking at.
So, what sort of ship are you looking for? In my opinion, Trident and Tayo, Deimos is... Well...
Alright, so yeah,
Feel free to come back anytime.
let's wrap it up here, and I will play around with the ship customization and see what we can build. Maybe we can build something really nice. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe
just keep piling up. If this keeps up, all our problems.
Sorry, I got distracted by that. Where was I on the sign off? Jeez. If you like it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. New episodes every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.